guys. Write the answer. Wait, stop thinking. Now, write the answer. Done. What's your answer?
It never waits for it.
Sorry?
It never waits for it.
What's the answer?
Time.
What's the answer?
It comes only once.
What's the answer?
Letters.
Huh? Letter, yes. Time. What's change? I think here thinking has not gone. What you said?
It never waits for it.
What about decades, years, and days? Even that doesn't wait, right? So, excellent. The letter N. Somebody said yes. Yes is there in everything, right? Yeah? Okay. What's your answer? Yes? Really? How many of you say yes? Okay? Why yes?
We may control the elephant, but we may not control the mouse. It may be a bigger trouble.
Okay. We may be able to control the elephant. What's the other answer? You said yes. Great. You can picture. You can make a bigger picture of the mouse, a smaller picture of the elephant, right? There's some answer, right? So, if you really look at it, what's happening here? They're thinking a little differently, right? What did you see? Exactly. So, if you want to be creative, if you want to be innovative, you have to be different. You always can't think from the same eyes the way you see it. You have to see this can be read by a person who is on the other side, right? So you see the same problems from someone else's eyes. Okay? And then you might get a different answer. And that's what it is. In all the examples, mind thinks differently. All of you gave a different answers. And this is what we call, we are all unique. And in this kind of a space, you can't say that somebody is superior or inferior. It's about thinking. So the important thing is start believing in yourself that you can do a difference. And then automatically the positive thinking gives you a lot of energy and gives you more solutions. Never give up when certain things come. Look at from the different angles. You will start seeing. I think I wanted to, tell you why I included this creativity or innovation also as a topic today. Because many times there is a kind of a thinking in the minds of the people who come from this rural background, and when they go to the bigger cities and they see people talking maybe better, they lose confidence. And they think that they can think better. So in the mind, you start programming that they are better than God. That is your death certificate. You should think always that I am as equal or better than them. So therefore, I thought, I should tell you that most of you are from this particular rural background. You should always think that you are not inferior to anyone. Just think that. It plays a bigger role in your life. But it should not be to a limit where you don't see the truth. You understand the difference there? Not, it's what we call, like being thinking too overconfident. Thinking always, I'm always right. No, that's also not what I'm saying. You should take that you have an equal capabilities. You should believe in yourself. You should start looking at the objects or a problem statement from a different use. So that brings, see now I've just done the introduction. Now that brings actually the innovation. So, innovation or creativity, meaning, what's it? Something new or different introduced. That's all. Innovation is as simple as that. Something new. This is also innovation. Right? No. Yes. People may love it. Right? This is what it is I'm saying. If we truly believe that's the way, like the world has to follow, I will start walking on the road only like that. Nothing wrong. Just want to make that life, simple. Creativity. So what's the creativity? This is the dictionary meaning I have taken just to give you the right. See, many times we use the words either in Kannada or in English or any other language, knowing the broad understanding of that. However, we may not be knowing the specific meaning. And that's the reason I took an effort of understanding the meaning of this word from the dictionary. See, look at that, innovation, so simple. Same way here, creativity, the ability to transcend. Transcend means basically access growth, develop. Traditional ideas, rules and patterns, just the general rules, you apply differently. And that becomes a creativity. Okay? And that way, if you really look at it, each one of you are as creative as anybody else. And you will see that. Okay? So this is basically okay. So we will have a small exercise now. Just I think 32, right? You can have 4 groups of 8 people. Okay? But that would be too much. So another one is, okay, we'll have 6. Okay, 6. So please have a small group. You have seen the table, right? The normal table. So on the table, you can stand easily, right? So you can stand, your friends will join. Can you stand the weight? Probably yes. 10 people? Weight of the 10 people? Probably yes. Weight of the 100 people? No. So your job is to make the table more stronger. So a group of 6, quickly discuss what is that new solution. You give me a solution and let me know one single answer from each group, okay? Quick, 6, make a group, circle, small circle, quick. Together also okay, always not necessary that you should make a... Quick. You understand? The question is, how do you make the table much more stronger, and if I make the elephant to stand on it, will it withstand? I want the table to withstand the weight of the elephant. What's your solution? From this group.
Bury the table and keep the surface on the ground. Can't you do that, sir?
So you're involving the table.
Yeah, we are burying the legs of the table.
That's what.
And keeping the surface.
Okay. So bring it to the ground level. Do you call it as a table? Do you call it as a table?
supports.
Give me more supports.
Yes, like
Okay.
what it happens in
Good.
labs. So by training the elephants.
By training the elephants.
Circus, we can make it stand on a common tip, like in circus.
Really? That only moves one leg. All the four legs. So will the weight go down? Okay. Just place here. Somebody.
Table is inverted first and then elephant is made to stand on.
Okay, table, invert the table. Okay. Here. Wait. No, you should have found the answer earlier, not now, right?
Yeah, either like the same thing which those people they told like breaking the legs of the table and keeping the top of the table on the floor, or either by keeping something very much stronger on the base of the table.
Okay.
Under the base.
Okay. So friends, actually, answer is not important to me. I just wanted to give you again an idea of how the different solutions you got. That's an innovation, huh? And I'll get to that. And you will see the common principle, the way mind thinks. Okay? So, primarily, it's about thinking differently. Of course, somebody asked a technical question to me, what's the weight of they wanted a data, weight of an elephant. It is always good to know the weight of the elephant, because that's an engineering mind, like without that I can't ensure how the table should be designed. Just for the information, the weight of the elephant is anywhere between 4 to 7 tons. 4,000 kg to 7,000, or maybe some African elephants may be a little higher as well. But good, at least we have an extra knowledge today. We know the weight of the elephant. No, really, I'm not joking, because I always tell, whatever we do, whatever we converse with the friends, try to be more analytical. Try to get more information, data, as much as possible. I'm sure, at least some of you, for a lifetime, you will not forget the weight of the elephant. Yes, that's the way the mind is programmed. You remember this picture, okay, we discussed this, okay. All other things you may forget. So therefore, what we call that as an experiential learning. Through the experience and the practical way, we can learn faster, better, and we can remember it for a longer. And that's why speech is never given, always I prefer a workshop. The workshop gives you, there is a lot of movement, otherwise sleepy. You will never sleep, I know that. It will never happen. Because you are involved. Okay, that's good. So, now, I'll tell you, a Russian scientist, he invented a methodology called TRACE. Anyway, that's not important. So, the scientist named Arthur, he studied hundreds and thousands of the inventions in the world. And then he found that all these hundreds and thousands of the innovation has emerged from only 40 factors. And if you know those 40 factors, you know that how an invention can be made. And this invention criteria goes across the segments, whether it's the medical industry or the electrical or mechanical or anything you see. That's how the evolution has happened. And it just falls under 40 categories. And first category, I'm not going to go through all 40. I picked up some important things to make you understand segmentation. The segmentation means divide. That is the innovation. Dividing. Right? Increase the degree of segmentation or fragmentation. Right? Somebody said, give more support. That's additional segments you are adding. Right? So that's the thing. Can you give me an example? Maybe I think I'll give you some few examples. Razors, you know, right? We use it for shaving. Of course, I don't use it anymore. So, you see, the razors, there is a handle and there is a blade assembly. So that's an innovation. In the past, the older days, my parents used to use a one single thing, single assembly, or it's not even assembly, single piece, and then throw it. Whereas now, the handle is reusable. Only the blade stack, you get it, Gillette. That's an innovation. The Gillette blade, it became very popular because of that first innovation. Umbrella, right? You carry, so difficult, 2-fold, 3-fold. It goes inside. I always carry it in my bag because you will never know in Germany when it rains. So always I carry. So, but you will never see that. So it's so convenient. That's an innovation. So if you start looking at the small things as well, you will start seeing the creativity body. So if you think that, okay, this is the problem, can I use the segmentation and then solve the problem? Maybe you can go back to the original question, no need to be in the same situation. So this is the way the mind works, okay? It's not that you are not aware of it, but you are not knowing that you are applying this rule. Somebody said, okay, giving a support, additional things, right? They were not knowing the segmentations, but the mind was applying it, right? So that's the first thing. Taking out or substitution. Look at that, this actually fits. Somebody said that, cut the lines, right? Taking out, that is causing a problem. Actually, what is breaking is that leg. And because of the, the kind of what we call a cantilever support, something like that, even the top plate. So make it rest on the, I don't know whether we call it as a table, that's a different thing. But at least the mind tries to give a solution, right? So separate an interfering part or property from an object or single out only the necessary part. The only the necessary part is the top surface. And that's what you're trying to do, right? So, we have a dog at home. The dog always barks. Always. When the thief comes, barks. When somebody related comes, it barks. It's a problem, right? It's a problem when it barks when our relatives come, when our friends come home. So therefore, take out that part. I don't want. What is important for me is when the thief enters, I want a siren. So therefore, they remove the dog and they put an electronic alarm. So you put it under the windows, you put it into the doors, and unwanted intrusion will give you a high siren. And that's an innovation. And the advantage you get is multiple. You don't need to feed the dog here because it needs to be just fed with an energy, maybe from the battery or maybe from the electric power. That's the way it is. Scarecrow. In the field, agricultural field, we have the problem of always somebody beating the drums. So his time is wasted, right? So you put a scarecrow, right? So that's an innovation. So that's taking out or substitution. Merging means joining them together. As simple as that. That's the third way. As I said, remember, in the whole world, all inventions so far falls into one of these 40 categories. And some of the top one are these. Merging. Add additional features and enhance the functionality. Universal. Make it universal. Can you give me an example? Can you give me an example for this? Sorry? Exactly. Cell phone. The primary function of that was to call somebody. But today, you use the cell phone for more of other things than actually calling somebody, right? You started adding, see today, the money gets transacted. And in the future, I can tell you, even today, why future, even today, you can operate your home sitting from here. Your friends come, your home is locked, and he calls you, you click a button here, the door gets open. He can go there, take a rest, and when you go home, okay, he's taking rest, taking care. All these things are not imaginary. Radio alarm clock, very simple things. You want the radio, you want the alarm. Combined. So, early in the morning, what do you get up? 5:30. Anybody earlier to 5:30? get up early, okay? I just wanted to tell that. So, because I somehow I feel nothing good and bad, but I like those, so I wanted to acknowledge it. It's a nice thing. Nevertheless, the point is, so here, when the alarm starts buzzing, instead of buzzing, it gives a nice song, super bad. Very nice, right? So that's a merging. The other way around, really, in reality, what you do is, the relative movement you change, and that's what you did. Inversion of the table. Who said that, okay, the elephant has to be on the top of the table, right? You just invert it, make the elephant stand up. Different thing. And this is what we can all. Always we use the word called out of the box. Have you heard this stuff? Out of the box thinking. Always our mind is programmed and we think within that box. And that's where even in the few earlier problem statements I put the box there. But if we want to be creative, we should not think from the box. We should be outside of it. So therefore, immersion. Do you know what's a travelator? You know lift, right? Lift is also called elevator. The travelator is nothing but, so you are walking, right? Instead of that, you make the walkway walk. You are standing and the walkway runs. And you see most of the airports, okay? All lazy people using this travelator. I avoid anyway, that's different. But these are the things. Nice idea, right? Just assume that you enter the VJC there and you don't walk, you just stand. Stand, you're in front of your classroom. Nice, right? Yeah. A day will come, don't worry. Dishwasher. Anybody has a dishwasher? So in the dishwasher, you actually, how do you wash your dishes? Plates, running tap, and then if this is a bowl, right? If this is a bowl, you wash it like this, right? The water is coming from the top. In the dishwasher, water comes from the bottom and inverted bowl. And what's an advantage? The water drains automatically. No energy required. And that's an innovation. Okay? Dynamics. If an object is rigid or inflexible, make it movable or adaptive. And vice versa. Straw you have seen. For a kid, always it is so difficult because he has to go to the top of the straw and, suck the juice. So what did they do? Bend straw. With the bellow-like thing. If you really want, you can make it straight as well, or you can bend it, and that's also a kind of a toy for the kid. Both ways. Multiple advantages. So that's an innovation. Friends, what I want to tell you is that you can be creative and innovative in everything you do. Only thing, a little more courage is required, because many times people will laugh when you do certain things, but never give up. Just because somebody is saying something, don't change your attitude. You be what you are. Periodic action. Replace the continuous actions with the pulsed action. You know what pulsed action means? Not continuous. Okay? For example, which is more painful? The continuous siren or pim 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 pim? Which is more painful? Which one? Second one, right? So therefore, and the purpose is to get your attention, so better don't do a continuous siren, do that pulsed action. So only thing you have to apply where it has to be applied. Okay? So not necessarily that every time you do it, right? So, and then, of course here it's not necessary. In Bangalore when I bike, okay, this is an important thing here. We say bike, what do you mean by bike? Motorcycle. And that's what I always used to think. I went to US and there everyone said, oh, did you bike today? What is bike? Bike means bicycle. And motorbike is motorbike. Bike is bicycle, okay? So this is a new learning, like to me. So coming from a rural area, a lot of such things, and when we go there, we don't get the context of what they are talking. Very simple, huh? But okay, nevertheless. So there, like even in Bangalore, I use, I bicycle, and then I have a light which just flashes. So unless it is proved scientifically that the flashing light gets the attention of the other drivers on the vehicle, so other drivers on the road, much better, much farther. Stationary things you don't see. I'm standing here. No, it doesn't happen. I move. And in that process, what are you doing? Your eyeballs are moving, right? Because you can't fix. So some movement is happening. I raise my voice. I lower my voice. It keeps you very attentive. Otherwise, people will go to sleep. Okay, I think the second point I want to just tell before I summarize. You have some pain point. Believe that. Most likely others also will